All right, so in this video, I just want to show you guys how to make some emotional type beats.
Bless those keys, the RMC.
More like emotional beats, but that still kind of go hard, kind of like these Drake type beats that just, they hit hard. The hi-hats are just hitting constantly. So I just want to show you guys the chord progressions I did, all the VSTs I used, the plugins, everything I used to make this hard fire beat. So let's get straight into it. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys exactly what the beat sounds like right here. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not the producer that's gonna be like clicking stuff in. I'm not gonna show you guys how to do that because that's just not what I do. But anyways, I went ahead and played this wispy pad from Anna 2, and I'm gonna show you guys in a minute what the chord progression I use. But if you want to just see what I use this wispy pad, and it sounds like. That's not the chords I was using, by the way, but it just sounds really good. And I use these effects right here, like a Pro Q3 with a bandpass narrow. And I use the Effectrix, which I don't see anything on here. I don't even know why that's on. And I use another EQ, believe it or not, just to make this sound a little bit more muffled, because to create this sound, I needed all that stuff. All right, so I was in the key of F minor, and I'm gonna show you guys right now exactly what I was playing. So I was playing these keys right here, and you guys can just follow along with this. I was just playing, oops, that doesn't sound good. I was playing this. Where's the pedal? So you can see this is a D flat 6/9, but as you just call it a D flat extended. E flat sus. And for those that wanted more simple, it's just D flat, E flat, and F minor. That's it. D flat, E flat, F minor. So in this channel, we're not gonna be clicking stuff like I said, because I don't click stuff when I play. I just record them live like that. And if you want some piano lessons like this, just go ahead and click the link down in my description and sign up for my Patreon. For only $10 a month, you can learn how to play like this. It's crazy. Anyways, I used the wispy pad. I played those chords, and then for this keyboard, obviously, I played the same exact thing. And I played exactly what I just showed you guys right now on the keyboard. Nothing different from that. Then I went ahead and added this vocal chop. Now, as you can see, the vocal chop has like a different tone to it, right? If this one, the F minor and the keys makes it sound a little bit different, but you can go so many different directions with this vocal chop right here. But I went ahead and so it sounds perfect with it. It was in a key in F minor. I did get this vocal chop off of Splice. And this vocal chop, I just added an Effectrix right here, delay, reverb, in these sections right here. And then I added a Pro Q3. And then I went ahead and added some spaced out reverb, because it just makes it, of course, but this is what it sounds without it. So you can tell there's like not much difference here. Once you play it all together, it does help. It just blends in with the mix a lot better. And then I chopped up the vocal chop right here, so it sounded like this. It's so melodic, emotional feeling. Right. Okay, so that was the whole melody right there. That was it. I just played those three instruments. So the wispy pad that I used from Anna 2 was just those chords I was playing earlier. Piano, same chords I was playing earlier. And then this vocal chop, I got it from Splice. Then I did these hi-hats rolls right here. Let me just show you guys the hi-hat rolls that I played. And it looked like this. And I just did, simple, 116 notes, nothing crazy, and just hitting in a couple rows here and there. And the way I did those rows is you just want to get this brush right here at the score of the brush. And if you just play these. If you want some rows, just put 164. It'll make like some fast rows, like that. If you want, the 16 notes, what I played, you put those, and then of course on and on. But I just went ahead, you could put some 8 ones. It'll make it sound like it's slower. Well, now with these on, you could just, but the beat's just gonna sound a lot slower. I wanted this beat to hit fast, hard, right? So, I ended up just putting the 116 notes, and of course we got to raise the velocity here. Just give you guys a little like how I do this right here. And of course, for the rolls, you want to just, you don't want to put them all at the same level. You want them to kind of have that feeling like they're rising up from here. And I left a gap on the hi-hats. I know I'm emphasizing a lot on the hi-hats, but it had a lot to do with this beat because I made a little gap right here when the hi-hat would hit and just bam, stop, and then keep going. Right. So then after this, I just went ahead and just added all this stuff right here, like these rolls. And I just make sure the velocity was, going from down up, so it could have that effect like instead of just hitting straight all the whole time, right? And I could have done it even more dramatic to the point where it really hits like right here, but I just like the way it sounded like that. So, and the drums went ahead and came up, and well, this is not the drums, is it? The bass. So the sub bass, all I did was use this VST plugin called the Sub, and I just added some drive attack to it, and the glide I kind of left it the same. Then I had too much glide. Pro Q3, of course, you gotta take off some of the low end and you gotta raise up some of the mids. The emotional part of this beat, of course, is the melody. Right. And if you want to make melodies that are emotional and stuff like that, you have to play these chords. You have to play in a minor chord. So you have to go and just, like you could use any, like if I would have played an F major, sounds too happy, right? All the emotional melodies or beats that you want to make, you have to make them in a minor chord. And you have to make them, usually they play over something. You could do, and that makes it simple, right? But I like to add more like oomph. If that's even a word, to my beats and music. So you gotta play. You just can't click that in. That's why I emphasize so much on not clicking in and learning how to play, like at least a little bit how to use your fingers. I mean, you could adjust the velocity, obviously, but it's just not gonna sound as real as. So it's just a big difference. You want to get the emotional part of it if you're going to make the emotional hard, trap beats or whatever. And they still go hard because they do. They just go hard. The clap, nothing special. And right here, I just added this one clap with the velocity down so I could make this sound like this. That's all I did for that. The kick. Now the kick's just smacking, bro. And the kick, I just did it every other note. I just gave it a lot of breathing room in this beat, because the melody's already doing a lot. So altogether, it was sound. Hey, it's just a vibe, man. I don't know, some people it just comes more natural when they're playing like that. But to me it kind of does. But if it doesn't come natural to you, just count every 4 and then hit a kick in between the notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. You see what that right here? This one right here was 1, 2, 3, and then right after 3 hit. So let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You saw that? Every time I counted, it's not hitting exactly on the 1, 3, or 4, none of that. Sometimes you gotta hit 1, boom, 2, 3, boom, 4, 1, like that. You just gotta know when to come in with the kicks. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that helps. Then I added this open hat that ended the deal. Just hey, just. And I think I did add the effectrix for this one because I just wanted to reverse it at the end. So at the end it sounded like this, kind of like. There you go, that part. Sounded dope. It just sounded dope. And for the rest of my, my drums, I don't really use too many effects on them. Just for the sub, like I said, I use the Pro Q3 and the Saucy Distortion. Not too much. You don't even need to add that. I just add a little spice to it. I don't know. But that was just the whole beat right there. And it sounded like this, the whole beat at the end.